coach in the world, build you an absolutely flawless workout plan. But if you're making either one of these two bench press mistakes with your form, I can practically guarantee that not only will you not experience any size, strength, power, explosiveness, or muscularity gains, but you're practically guaranteed to get some type of shoulder injury because of them. So what I want to do is share with you these two mistakes, as well as the simple way to remedy them for fast, badass gains in performance and aesthetics. The first form mistake, and this is probably responsible for enriching more orthopedic surgeons throughout the country than probably any other workout tendency, is going to be internal rotation of your shoulders while bench pressing. When you do this, it is going to put a lot of shear force on your shoulders. I can guarantee you, if you have been doing this from day one, since you've gotten under a bar or throwing around some dumbbells, or if you're like me, working with kettlebells, if you are internally rotating your shoulders while bench pressing, having those elbows flare out, you are asking for some serious shoulder injuries. So if the problem is that we're internally rotating while we're bench pressing, obviously the remedy is going to be externally rotating, which, if you notice, when I do that, is going to keep my elbows tucked in. When you do this, it is naturally going to insulate your shoulders during the press. It's going to activate your lats and allow for just better joint alignment while bench pressing. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with dumbbells here. Let me first show you what it's going to look like while I'm doing it wrong. If I'm right here pressing, I can just tell you right now, even though it's a relatively lightweight, it feels like hell on my shoulders. And it's a recipe for disaster. All right, so the simple fix, like I said, is instead of internally rotating your shoulders, which has your elbows flared out and does nothing to help you activate your back to help insulate your shoulders during the press, we need to externally rotate those shoulders, which tucks it in and activates our back so that we can help do the job right, all right? So here's what that's gonna look like. Notice our elbows are tucked. That felt easier, it felt safer, it felt just seamless. And not only that, but I also feel more muscles engaging. So naturally, when you're internally rotating those shoulders, instead of feeling more muscle working, you're going to feel more shear forces and just discomfort. Whereas when you externally rotate, keep everything engaged, and are pressing as one cohesive unit, it's safer, you're getting more work done, and ultimately that's what's going to lead to your size, strength, power, and explosiveness gains that you're going for. The second mistake typically goes hand in hand with the first one, and that's going to be improper scapular placement on the bench. All right, there's a popular saying by Charles Poliquin who said you can't shoot a cannon out of a canoe. And what that means in this scenario is that, let's say your scapula are hanging off the bench. You don't have a solid platform to apply force into to oppose the weight that you're trying to lift. So what we want to do to assure that we have that solid platform to apply force into to push that weight up is to retract and depress our scapula. All right, and when you do that, and when you dig that into the back of the bench that you're pressing on, whether that's going to be a flat or an inclined bench, does not matter. Doesn't matter if you're doing dumbbells, barbell, a log, or kettlebells, you are going to have a sturdy platform to apply force into to oppose the weight that you're lifting. I cannot stress the importance of that enough. So, when you do this, remember, focus on not only your external rotation of your shoulders, but also retraction and depression of your scapula. You do those two things together. You remedy those two big bugaboos with your bench form, and I can guarantee you, you're going to see far better and faster gains in size, strength, explosiveness, power, and muscularity in not only your chest, but other muscles that are highly involved with the bench press as well. Hey man, thank you so much for checking out today's video. Hopefully you're enjoying these kettlebell, dumbbell, body weight, and every other types of routines that I've been hooking you up with here. Like I've always said, I do believe when it comes to choosing whichever implement you choose to use within your workouts, the magic isn't necessarily in the weights that you're moving, but more so the movement that you're doing. Barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, bands, body weights, stones, maces, sledgehammers, whatever that you're using. They all work so long as your lifting is done with intensity and intent. So keep that in mind whenever asking yourself which type of weight you should use, okay? Now, if you enjoyed today's routine and want me to share more like it in the future, then let me know by hitting the thumbs up button so I know you're digging the content that I'm hooking you up with here. Subscribe and hit the alert icon so you get notified the instant I drop new tips and routines every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And lastly, make sure you don't leave without first grabbing your free copy of the Kettlebell Cardio Blueprint that I put together for you by clicking on either the image that you see right over there to the right or the pin link at the very top of the comment section down below. Appreciate your time, man. Have a good one. MANdler out.